Okay. Natural rubber first. What is it? It is obtained in a form of a latex, that is a sticky exudate, okay, from the rubber tree, and that is collected in a pot. This word is very important, okay, when we called it as a natural rubber. The basic property of rubber is it is water insoluble, and hence most of the time it was used for the waterproofing in the earlier stages. When we look at the structure of natural rubber, we can find a monomeric unit called as isoprene is present in the polymeric chain of natural rubber. And all those monomeric unit or isoprene units, they are having Z configuration in the structure of natural rubber. Because of the soft nature and it is easily undergo erosion, um, the natural rubber has limited applications. So if we try to understand the structure of natural rubber, then this is 2-methyl 1,3-butadiene or isoprene unit is the monomer which is found in the natural rubber. It undergo polymerization and form a natural rubber that is called as polyisoprene. And if we represent that polyisoprene, we can see these isoprene units here in the polymeric chain are having Z configuration. So in the poly isoprene, we can see all these double bonds which are present. They are having Z configuration. This is about the natural rubber. Next is synthetic rubber. In 1939, Charles Goodyear discovered the vulcanization process. What is the process? In this, the hot rubber, natural exudate, which is obtained from the tree, is mixed with the sulfur. Okay, and because of this vulcanization process, the rubber become more strong and elastic. Okay, and that is contributed because of the cross-linking of disulfides in the rubber. So when a natural rubber is vulcanized with the sulfur, many cross-link disulfide linkages are formed, and the natural rubber become more strong as well as its elasticity is increased. We can synthesize rubber in the laboratory. If if an isoprene unit is polymerized, okay, under free radical condition using peroxide, the transpolyisoprene is obtained. It is also called as Gupta Pacha. Okay. So depending upon the reaction conditions we use, the isoprene unit get polymerized into cis or transform. When the reaction or the polymerization process is carried out under free radical condition using peroxide, the transpolyisoprene is obtained. Whereas the polymerization in presence of Ziegler-Natta catalyst gives cis polyisoprene. It can be represented with reactions. So here we have, when we have isoprene unit undergo polymerization in peroxide condition, we get trans polyisoprene unit. It is also known as Gupta-Pasha. Whereas the polymerization using Ziegler-Natta catalyst gives cis polyisoprene, that is similar to natural rubber. Now let's discuss recycling codes for the polymers. We know that everywhere around us are made up of polymers, and we are using excess of those things which are not required. Okay. The polymers are broadly classified into 7 types, and these codes are written on the bottles. These three arrow indicate that whether we can recycle that particular polymer or not. it is an indication of a recycling process. Okay. As the number increases, the difficulty in recycling process increases. So here we can say the number 1 is easy to recycle as compared to number 2, as compared to number 4, as compared to number 7. Okay. There are these 7 different types of polymers which we already have learned. Okay, most of these are addition type of polymers. First one is condensation polymer, polyethyl terephthalate. Okay, which is very easy to recycle. So the bottles which are made up of this PET, okay, are easily recycled. Next comes high density polyethylene, okay, which is found in the milk and beverage containers, products in the squeeze bottles. Then the PVC, okay, which is found in some shampoo bottles, cleaning agents, etc. Low density polyethylene, which is commonly found in the plastic bags or plastic wraps or one time use of the plastics. We all know that the food material which is wrapped with this LDPE, okay, is very difficult to recycle, and it is given code 4. Then comes polypropylene and polystyrene. Polystyrene, we know nowadays the beverages which were available are given in the certain kind of foam cups. Okay? They cannot be easily recycled, and the foam or the thermocol, which we called it as, okay, polystyrene, is nowadays banned for these uses. And then the seventh are all the remaining plastics or the polymers, okay, which we encountered, and they are very difficult to recycle. Okay, and for example, when we talk about the bottles of ketchup, snacks, containers, okay, and then different leads of the bottles, etc. So whenever you buy the product, okay, always look for the code, the recycling code, which is written there on that bottle, and then decide, okay, whether it is eco-friendly, it can be easily recycled or not. Okay, the codes are frequently stamped at the bottom of the container. So if you look at the bottle uh, of your water bottle or any container in your house also, or you will be easily locate those codes, and then you will understand the recyclability of that particular polymer. Biodegradable polymers. What are biodegradable polymers? The polymers which are degraded by naturally present microorganisms or algae. When these microorganisms or algae, they broke these polymers into smaller parts by enzyme catalyzed reactions. Most of the addition polymers like polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, they have carbon-carbon covalent bond, okay, which is mostly inert in nature and are non-biodegradable. The enzymes cannot break those bonds here. Okay. So we need to create weak linkages between these carbon-carbon covalent bond. Okay, and these weak links can be inserted during the polymerization process. Now, which are those weak links? These weak links are like ester groups. Okay, and when the polymerization takes place, if we use the smaller molecules like these ketones, okay, they are inserted in this polymeric chain as the ester group, which are weaker as compared to your carbon-carbon bonds and can easily be broken, can easily be degraded during the enzyme process. These are referred as polyhydroxyalkanoids. There are two types, polyhydroxyvalerates and polyhydroxybuterates. Also, a copolymer can be formed when we use polyhydroxyvalerate and polyhydroxybutyrate, that is known as PHBV. What are these polyhydroxyalkanoids? These are biodegradable, crystalline, thermoplastic, less elastic, as well as UV stable. This can be molded, remolded, okay, into different goods. and used for the paper coatings, non-woven fabrics, films, adhesives. These biodegradable polymers are having immense application in the medical field. They are used as a sutures or in the orthopedic materials. Next are biomedical uses of polymers. Biostable polymers are used for long-term purposes. Okay? So when we talk about the biomedical uses of the polymers, polymers again can be classified into two types. One type are known as biostable polymers and another are known as bioerodible polymers. When we use biostable polymers, it is for the long-term use or for the long-term purposes. Whereas for the short-term use, bioerodible polymers are preferred. The list of biomedical uses is mentioned here. These polymers can be used for the preparation of heart valves, artificial skin, artificial kidneys, artificial blood cells, bones and joints, contact lenses, and many more. So these are the few biomedical uses listed here, and we need to understand the two important purposes. If we want to use it for a long-term purpose, we need to prefer the biostable polymers, and for short-term purposes, we'll be going with the bioerodible polymers.